So today we are starting with combined mean. So till now we have done a lot of questions on arithmetic mean and few miscellaneous questions also on arithmetic mean. Now we are starting with the combined mean. So what is combined mean? Let us understand the whole concept of combined mean first. So the arithmetic mean of two or more data sets is available. Then the combined mean of those data sets is obtainable. For example, there are two set of observations n1 and n2, right? So n1 will have its own mean and n2 will have its own mean. But in certain cases, we may require to calculate combined mean of n1 and n2. So there we will apply the formula for combined mean. So n1 and n2 is basically observations, data set 1, n1 is data set 1 and n2 is data set 2, right? And x bar 1 and x bar 2 are mean of data set 1 and mean of data set 2, and their combined mean is mean 1 2, x bar 1 2. So this is combined mean, right? So this is these are the expressions. Now how do we calculate combined mean? So the formula for combined mean is x bar 1 2. For example, if we have 3 data sets, so we will write 1 2 3. If we have 4 data set, we will apply 1 2 3 4. So no matter how many number of observation number of data sets you have, you can apply as many data set as you want. But here I'm mentioning just two, but you can increase depending upon the size of your data sets, right? So if you have 3 data set, you can use 1 2 3. So here n1 into x bar 1. So n1 is number of observation in data set 1 and x bar 1 is mean of data set 1. N2 is number of observation in dataset 2 and x bar 2 is mean of dataset 2, divided by n1 plus n2. So number of observation in dataset 1 plus number of observation in dataset 2. So we can increase it if we have, for example, 3 datasets. So here if we have 3 dataset, we will just increase it. We will write plus n3 and x bar 3, right? So here we can add in case you need. And in denominator also we will increase, so it will become plus n3. So it depends upon how many number of observations you have, how many data sets you have, you can increase, and there is no limit, right? Up to n number of data set. So this is the formula for combined mean. So now let's start with few of the examples, right? So let's start. So here I would just mention that here I have mentioned the formula. These data set can increase up to k. So that's why I have written like this nk, xk. So it depends upon how many data sets you have. So let's start with an example. So the question says the mean height of 25 male workers in a factory is 61 inches and the mean height of 35 female workers is 58 inches. Find the combined mean of 60 workers in a factory. So what all is given to us? So there are two data sets. First data set is of male and the second data set is of female. So for example, uh, if n1 is 25, male number of males is 25, right? So n1 is 25 and the mean height of male workers is 61. So mean x bar 1 is 61, right? So n1 is 25 and x bar 1 is 61. Similarly, we will see the mean height of female workers. So how many female workers are there? There are 35 female workers. So n2 is 35 and what is their average height? 58 inches. So x bar 2 is 58. It means mean 2 is 58. So here n1 plus n2 is 60. So 25 plus 35 is 60, right? Now we have to calculate combined mean. So for combined mean, we will apply this formula. Here. Okay. So here we have only two observations, two set of observations. Okay. So N1 is 25, right, into mean 1 is 61. Similarly, N2 is 35 and mean 2 we have is 58 and N1 and N2 is already given to us, that is 60. So I will just write 60 here, right? 60. Now we can solve it. So 25 into 61 is 1525. This is 1525 and 35 into 58 is 2030. So we will just solve it here. 1525 plus 2030 is 3555 divided by 60. So the average height is, the answer is 59.25. Okay. 59.25. So this is combined mean, right? So let's see what is our next question. So the next question we have is average wages paid to all workers in a factory are 5,000. So average wages are already given to us. It means combined mean is already given to us, right? The average wages paid to male and female workers are 5,200 and 4,200. It means mean 1 and mean 2. It is also given to us, right? So what is all given to us? X bar 1, 2 combined mean is given to us. Mean 1 is given to us and mean 2 is also given to us, right? So find the percentage of male and female workers in a factory. So now we have to calculate the number of male and female workers. Basically, not exact numbers but percentage, right? So let's start with the question. So first what we will do, we will just simply apply the formula which we have, this formula, okay? Because there are only two set of observations, so this formula will work. We don't have to increase it. So now I will apply the values. So this is 5,000. Combined mean is already given to us. This is 5,000, okay? 5,000. Now N1 we don't have. N1 we don't have. Mean 1 we know. Mean 1 is 5,200. So N1 into 5,200, right? Into 5,200 plus N2 also we don't know. So N2 into mean 2 is 4200, right? And n1 plus n2 also we don't know. So this is all the information we have till now. So now further we will cross multiply it. So it will become, when we will cross multiply this 5000 with n1 plus n2, it becomes 5000 n1 plus 5000 n2, right, equals to 5200 n1 plus 4200 n2. So this is all given to us. So we have simplified it, and now we will just solve it. So this 5000 n1 and this is 5200 n1. So this 5200 n1 will come to left hand side. So it will become minus 200 n1. Okay. Minus 200 n1, and this 4200 will also come to left hand side. We can just simplify it, or you can just keep it there as convenient for you. So I'll just keep it on right hand side. So this 5000 n2 will come on right hand side. So 4200 minus 5000, it becomes minus 800. Okay, so this is minus 800 minus 800 n2. Okay, so this minus and minus will get cancelled out. Now we will change it in the form of fraction. Okay, so this n2 will come here and this 200 will come here, right? We have cross multiplied it. So it will become n1 upon n2 so this will become n1 n1 upon n2 equals to 800 upon 200. So it becomes 4 by 1, right? So it will become 4 by 1. So we have obtained the ratio of n1 and n2, that is 4 by 1, right? Now the ratio of male and female, because n1 is male and n2 is female. This is what we have taken, right? Because mean 1 was male and mean 2 was female. So the ratio number of, the ratio of number of males and females is n1 and n2. So the ratio of male and female workers, the ratio of male and female workers is 4 is to 1, right? So this we have got. Now we need to calculate percentage of male and female workers. Okay, so percentage of male workers. So how we will calculate it? Percentage 4 divided by 4 plus 1, because total is 4 plus 1. So 4 plus 1 into 100. I'll just write it properly. So this becomes 4 divided by 4 plus 1 into 100. So this becomes 80%. So there are 80% males. Now we have to calculate percentage of female workers. So this is 1 because number of female workers, ratio of female workers is 1. So 1 divided by 4 plus 1. So this becomes 20%, right? So this is how we have calculated percentage of male and female workers. So now we have our next question. So the next question says that 50 students in a class took up a test. The result of students who passed the test are as following. So marks obtained by students is 8 students secured 4 marks, 10 students secured 5 marks, 9 students secured 6 marks, 6 students secured 7 marks, 4 students secured 8 marks, and 3 students secured 9 marks, right? If the average of 50 students is 5.16, so total average is given to you, 50 students average is already given to 5.16. Find the average of students who fail the test. So we need to find the average of the student who failed the test. So here simply we can divide the total 50 into two parts: number of students who failed the exam and number of students who passed the exam, right? So there are two set of observations: number of students who failed and number of students who passed. Okay, and total is already given to you. So let the average marks of student who passed the test is x bar 1 and the average marks of student who failed the test is x bar 2. So this is already, we have divided the whole, data into two parts: pass and fail. So moving forward, now these are the marks, and now we need to find x bar 1. It means we need to find the average of the students who passed, okay, because x1 is pass, right? So what we will do here, we are already given pass marks, okay, marks of the students and number of students, so we will just solve it. Okay, so one thing also you remember, this is the result of the students who passed. It means the students who failed is not given to us here. Okay, so total mean is already given to us. Now I will calculate average of the students who passed. So here 4 8s are 32, then 50, 5 10s are 50, 6 9s are 54, 7 into 6 is 42, then 8 4s are 32, and 9 3s are 27. So we have calculated fx, summation of fx is 237, which I have already calculated. So now I will just put the value. So here I am calculating mean one, okay, mean average marks of the student who passed. So I will just put the values into this formula. Okay. So summation of fx is fx1 is 237 divided by n is 40. Here you can see 40, right? So it means number of students who passed the exam is 40. And number of students who failed the exam would be remaining because total students were 50. It was given in the question to you. Total students are 50. Here it was given to you. If the average of 50 students is 5.16, right? So it means total is 50. It is, we can also call it n1 plus n2. n1 plus n2. n1 plus n2 is 50. X bar 1, x bar 1 2 is also given to you. It means combined mean is also given to you. So here it is also given. So it is 5.16. is given to us. So, and then N1 is 40 and mean one is also given to us. We have calculated it basically. So what we have calculated, 237 divided by 40. So 237 divided by 40 is 5.92. Okay, 5.92, right? So this is 5.92, right? Mean 1 is given to you. Now N2 is remaining students 10 and mean 2 is not given to us. This we have to calculate. So this is the only thing which is not given to us now because mean 1 we have calculated, right? Now I will just apply the formula of combined mean. This is the formula for combined mean. So combined mean is 5.16 N1 is 40 into mean 1 is, we have calculated 5.92, 5.92, N2 is 10 and mean 2 is not given to us, right? And N1 plus N2 is 50. Right? Now we will just solve it. 5.16 into 50 258. This becomes 258 equals to 40 into 5.92, 236.8 plus 10x2, mean 2, right? Now we will solve it. 258 minus 236.8 is 16.2 and 16.2 divided by 10 is 1.62. So mean 2 is 1.62. So this is how we have calculated mean 2.